Hi, I'm here today to discuss with you the See Beyond Race campaign, which was created in the year 2011 by Vic Health, along with the Victorian Equal Opportunity and Human Rights Commission and the City of Whittlesea. This particular campaign has been chosen because I believe it best demonstrates the value of public relations to PR campaigns and to the planning of public relations campaigns. The See Beyond Race campaign was created as research commissioned in the town of Whittlesea, Victoria, showed that 1 in 3 attitudes towards cultural diversity was still intolerant. From the surveys conducted, evidence suggested that people from culturally diverse backgrounds felt misunderstood and as though they didn't necessarily fit into Australian society. From the extensive environmental scanning and research, the public relations problem was made very clear, and from this the See Beyond Race campaign was born. The campaign's message was a challenge for the target audiences of 15 to 34-year-olds to see beyond racial stereotypes. One of the main desired objectives of the See Beyond Race campaign was to achieve a 60% increase of awareness of the campaign among the target audiences by October 2011. Some other objectives included to have a 90% increase in the campaign's messages among the targets who were aware of the campaign. Some interpretation objectives were also listed, as well as some impact or attitude objectives, which were to shift attitudes toward pro-diversity in the city of Whittlesea. With a public relations problem informed by research, we can now begin to see the planning elements that went into the See Beyond Race campaign. According to Smith's Strategic Planning for Public Relations, efficient and innovative planning is at the center of all PR-related activities. We can see the See Beyond Race campaign's plan corresponded to the 4 phases of formative research, strategy, tactics, concluding and evaluation. Unlike most anti-racism campaigns, the See Beyond Race campaign chose to tell the story of real people who were directly affected by the campaign's identified public relations problem. The message strategy was creative and unique in that it challenged the target publics to see beyond race in a positive light, not to attribute blame to themselves or to promote any negativity. The target audience was also very well researched in that the PR communication vehicles chosen to communicate with them were vehicles they'd be exposed to in their everyday lives and environment. As a result, in the year 2012, See Beyond Race was awarded the Golden Target Award for Community Relations. As the See Beyond Race campaign was clearly informed by thorough research, had a really good identification of the public relations problem and its significance to not only the organization but the target audiences involved, also created a really dynamic and unique message strategy and had a very well identified target audience. Do you believe that the objective of achieving 60% awareness during this campaign was met? If so, what are some reasons for this to do with the planning? And if you believe the contrary, what are some reasons for your thoughts on this? Maybe take a moment to discuss or debate this. Now that you've had the time to have a bit of a discussion and think, the results of the actual campaign are quite surprising. As we can see, the recall objective of the campaign was met, so was the attitude change, and the understanding objective was actually exceeded. However, we can see here that the awareness objective was not achieved. It was actually desired to be 60%, and the awareness recorded was 37% during such a successful campaign. Now I'm going to get you to have a think about this campaign created by Starbucks called #RaceTogether. Basically, the idea was for Starbucks to engage their customers in conversation about race and to promote awareness and healthier attitudes toward racial diversity in America. We can also see the target audience was customers who were up to the age of 35. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, two very similar campaigns. So what we have here are two very similar campaigns aimed at promoting discussions and awareness about cultural diversity in society. We can see the Race Together campaign had the same target audience as See Beyond Race, yet the communication vehicles or tactics used to communicate the campaign messages are very different. We can see Race Together is utilizing social media a lot, whereas See Beyond Race chose to use more traditional avenues to communicate their message. Now, given that See Beyond Race chose to utilize more traditional communication vehicles for their campaign messaging, do you believe this could be a reason as to why they didn't achieve their objective of 60% awareness during the campaign? Do you also believe that possibly hashtag Race Together for Starbucks was more successful in that they chose to engage the target audience on social media? In your opinion, and given the tactics used, which do you believe was the more successful campaign? Why and why not? The result may actually surprise you. Okay, so that was a bit of a deceiving reveal. But what we can see here is the hashtag Race Together campaign definitely was not a success. If anything, the communication vehicle of social media, more specifically Twitter, definitely hindered the campaign more than anything, and it came across as insensitive. Given the fact that we can see this, it is obvious that the See Beyond Race campaign, by utilizing traditional media, definitely made the right choice. However, there are still questions as to why the objective of a 60% increase in awareness was not met. Now that we're at the end of the discussion, here are a few things for you to consider. The See Beyond Race campaign was an overall success. The campaign actually had a very limited budget and it still managed to achieve a lot of its objectives and also win a Golden Target Award. Do you believe that campaigns such as this really do demonstrate the value of public relations toward a campaign? Do you also think that there was possibly an issue with the post-measurement instrument in the evaluation of the campaign's success? I think something to take away from this is to really consider why it's important for the budget of campaigns to really be put toward PR related activities, so we can see the realization of such campaigns as See Beyond Race in the future.